Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Subscription Box Basics. I'm Julie Ball, your head coach, and I'm joined by Renae Gonzalez, your marketing coach. We are going to just do like this really casual chit chat today. I feel like that's what we've been doing a lot lately, and we've really been enjoying it. And today, we're going to just tell you what we've been up to because we are both multi passionate entrepreneurs. And we have got a lot of neat things going on in the background. We just thought we'd pull back the curtain and let you know what we've been up to. Beyond subscription box basics, we have ventured into some other things. So, Renee, how are you doing? Are you excited for this chat?
I am. I'm excited to chat. And we've got a lot going on, both personal and business. So, a lot to talk about.
We do. And it's so funny because I know this because I've been working with you for what, like 7 years now? But everybody, Renee goes like radio silent in May.
Oh,
Good.
and I'm sure so many people listening can relate. But
Uh,
the end of the school year, and
mhm.
I'll get more into it. But this year, even more so. But the end of the school year is like, yeah, I just
It's
put my
crazy.
head down and and pray.
Yeah, exactly, right? Okay, so let's dive into it. I'm gonna first start with what I've been up to, then we'll transition to what Renee's been up to, and then we'll talk a little bit about some changes here at Subscription Box Basics. So, for those of you who don't know, I sold my box business, Sparkle Hustle Grow, back in 2022. It was August 1st, and we are approaching the 2-year anniversary of selling that box business, which just blows my mind. Renee, I see you shaking your
Uh,
head too, like,
It feels like yesterday. It's just a testament to how fast time goes by, but I can't believe yeah, we're months away from it being 2 years. That's crazy.
it is wild to me. And I love what the new owners have been doing with it. I've been following along, and it just makes me so happy inside. And for those of you who don't know the story, I didn't start my box to sell it. Some people start a business to sell it. I just got to a point where I felt like we were ready for our next season, and I wanted to pour more into coaching and try some other things. And so I ended up selling the business, and what a blessing it was to my family. So after the sale of that business, Renee and I kind of doubled down on coaching. We updated Subscription Box Bootcamp. I brought her on as the co-host to this podcast. We have been homeschooling as a family since the pandemic. And so my husband previously was in charge of that. But now, after I sold the box business, he started a new career. He was formerly a middle school teacher, which was perfect for homeschooling. And so I was like, oh man, so he's not our homeschool lead anymore. Guess who is? You're looking at her. So I have transitioned to be kind of the homeschool lead here. We do a combination of some hands-on things with some workbooks and reading out loud and stuff like that. So McKenna is in 7th grade right now. And then she does some online stuff. We are members of this program called Me Academy, which Carmen Vermillion told me about, who is a brilliant graphic designer for subscription boxes. So McKenna does Me Academy. And then on Fridays, we do a local homeschool co-op. It is the highlight of her week. She goes from like 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And last week was our last week for the semester. And so, of
Ah,
course, there was a lot of like hoopla around the last day. There was an art show. There were the little ballerina girls. There's like a preschool ballerina class. They did a little dance for everyone, and then everyone went to one of the family's properties, and we just had this picnic. It was great. All the kids got together. There was a pond there. They could canoe and swim, and we just had such a good time. So I've been doing this homeschool lead, and somehow ended up now as the yearbook editor. Did I tell you
with
this,
you
Renee?
in normal fashion, really diving in.
I know, right? So at the co-op's been running for, I think, almost 20 years now. And we're what, 3 years in, and they've always had a yearbook. And usually they did it as a class. Well, they didn't have a yearbook class this year. And so over the last couple of months, I heard a couple of people saying, oh, we're so bummed there's not going to be a yearbook. So naturally, McKenna and I are like, we'll do it, not realizing what we were getting into. So there's about 150 kids. We scheduled a photo day. So we took, a backdrop paper to put up. We had a little stool for them to sit on and a ring camera for the light. It was like a full-on production. And now we are in the process of designing it in Canva. So McKenna and I are doing that. It's really a great opportunity for her and I to work together on something. And there's a local family in our co-op that runs a print shop. So we'll print through them. Everyone will get a free digital copy. Okay, I'm going on a tangent, but I'm just telling you, like, these are some of the things that I've had capacity to do and have volunteered to do lately with homeschooling. From my husband's perspective, he just finished a project where I had said after we sold Sparkle Hustle Grow, he used some of the profits of that to buy an old cabin, this 100-year-old cabin here in the Asheville area. And he has a general contracting license. So he and his dad and a couple guys that he hired renovated this 100-year-old cabin. The idea was we're going to keep this, run it as an Airbnb, and this will be part of our retirement plan. Well, friends, plot twist. Over a year later, the project got longer than anticipated. It costs more than expected because all renovations do, plus, inflation on top of that. And it just became a little bit saturated in the Airbnb market where we live. And so we decided to flip it instead. And we just closed on that this Monday when the buyers signed the papers. Yes, I know. Happy dance.
Yeah.
We can pay off all the debt that we incurred on that, but also use the leftovers to as part of our income. And it was really a labor of love. There was a lot under the hood that we didn't know about, but as newbie, renovators, home flippers, whatever you want to call us, we didn't know what we didn't know. And so there were some foundational things that he had to tackle. And, in the end, it still is a 100-year-old house, even though everything inside is brand new, all new electric, all new plumbing, all new appliances. We took down walls. It was an interesting project. Are we gonna do it again? Probably not for a while. I mean, you're
It
doing a
turned
home
out you'll
renovation
have to
now.
Yeah, you'll have to either in the show notes or on our Instagram page, you'll have to post a couple
Okay.
before and afters
Mhm.
because it turned out
It
beautiful. So
really was.
definitely a success looks wise. I know
Yes.
I know it
Yes.
entailed a lot more than you guys were ready or knew to begin with, but it turned out gorgeous. So you'll have to post before and afters.
I will. I'll definitely share that. And there's a family that just purchased it, and we know that they were a growing family and they needed more space, and they said this was like their dream home. So that's very satisfying. Like the assignment is now complete, but it was, I'll just say, interesting. So that doesn't mean we'll never do it again. We may do something on a smaller scale in the future. We don't know. We do have like a rental house too that is in another city that we have been long term renting. So, there's different options. So that's something we've been dabbling in. I also, since the sale of the business, dabbled in Amazon business. And so I mentioned it here and there on some podcasts, but essentially I had a handful of products that I wanted to learn the Amazon platform. And so there was two ways I did this. I did the Amazon influencer program, which I just checked my stats and it's been very passive income, but I've made almost $1,000 since I think I launched my influencer program in maybe October of last year. And the influencer program is I don't consider myself an influencer. I'm not on Instagram like sharing all these things, but I create these little videos of products that I've used on Amazon and those videos live in the Amazon platform. If someone watches them, then proceeds to buy, then I get a small cut. And so Kathleen Coble has a course on that. I'll put the link in the show notes if you're interested in checking that out. That's been a really cool thing. I haven't made a video since probably December, and I'm still making, maybe $100 a month on those videos that I've already created. So that's super cool.
And that's what I was gonna point out. It's super passive because I think a lot of times when people think influencer or especially Amazon influencer nowadays, you think of people who post and link in their stories, and you're
Right.
not doing that, and you're
Mm-mm.
still making a little bit of income, which is awesome.
Yeah, they have kind of two different platforms. It's like the influencer, you you can influence people onto Amazon from your social media, for example, or your blog or whatever. But I'm just doing the on Amazon platform one. And I love that. So I need to set myself a goal to make maybe 20 more videos over the summer. I think it would be really impactful. The other side of the Amazon business that I've been working on was selling actual products. And y'all, it is not for the faint of heart. That is the most challenging platform that I've ever had to learn. There's a lot of opportunity. Trust me, there's a lot of opportunity, but to break through and get ranked, and there's just a lot of competition, and you need to have the right pricing. It's not passive. Selling a product on Amazon is definitely not passive. I've enjoyed some parts of it, some parts I haven't enjoyed, and I probably won't pursue it after this year. I'm gonna just sell through my inventory, but it's also something now I can put on my resume, like, that I have the Amazon platform experience, and I can have a conversation about that. I can talk to a subscription box business owner or just a product-based business owner and share my experience. And so we'll just chalk that one up to experience. And then lastly, from a business perspective, I have been working kind of as a freelancer with our friends at Box Up. So I'm super pumped about this. Hopefully, I can get them back on the podcast. We'll definitely be seeing them at Sub Summit. But if you haven't heard of them, they are a leading supplier of custom packaging solutions. So think, the durable corrugated cardboard boxes that you can ship your subscription in, those mailers, you can get them custom printed. And what I love about Box Up is they're all about the small guy. Like, they have low minimums, which means you can order as little as 12 boxes. So if you're ordering, say, 3,000 or less boxes, you're going to get the best turnaround, the best product, and the best pricing over at Box Up. So what am I doing with them? I am helping them with their strategic partners. So that's mostly in the affiliate world. So, for example, if you are an influencer or if you're a coach or if you have an audience of entrepreneurs, then that would be a good fit for you. For example, if someone says, "Where can I get custom boxes?" and you tell them Box Up, you use your affiliate link, then you get a cut back. You get that commission. So I'm helping them grow that program. And I've worked on both sides of affiliates before. I've been an affiliate for a lot of things. And then we also have affiliate programs for Subscription Box Bootcamp. So it's really fun to, having been on both sides, be able to help them grow their business. So if you see me talking about Box Up, that's what that's all about. And if you want to be an affiliate, if you want to share about Box Up, then DM me. I'll get you set up with your unique tracking link and you can start earning. So that's what I've been up to. I feel like I just talk a lot and that sounds like a lot, but it's been a while since I've given an update like this.
And it's really cool because we're next month we'll be going to Sub Summit, and that is
Mhm.
where we first met Box Up. We
Yeah.
didn't even know they existed before Sub Summit meeting them last year, and I feel like right from the get kind of hit it off with their team. So this has
Yes.
been a very natural. I had them as someone we suggested for subscription box basics, and you worked with them in that capacity. So this has been a very natural transition for you.
Yeah, I agree. And their product is awesome. Like, that was one of the first things when they came and chased us down and they're like, "We want to chat with you guys." And so we went back to their setup at Sub Summit and we're like, "Let's see the boxes." They were really, really good quality. The print just popped. And so they became our preferred vendor for custom boxes. So if you are looking for custom boxes, like that, there's your answer. We recommend Box Up. They ship to the US and Canada. And we'll put their details in the show notes if you wanna check them out. And they actually gave us a code that we announced previously. It's SBB12, SBB12, and you can get 12 free custom printed boxes. You just have to pay the shipping if you use that code. So check out the show notes. We'll have all those details. But yeah, I'm really excited about the prospect of continuing to work in the subscription box industry, but in other capacities.
And it's interesting as you and me this past 2 years now have been dabbling on like what's next. We both have been toyed with like, oh, maybe something else, maybe. And now that it's my turn to share a little bit about my update, it's funny how we're both still in obviously with the podcast and subscription box basics, but even pursuing other things that are in the subscription box industry too. So
Yeah, we're like, "We just love this industry and we don't wanna leave."
we can't leave, yeah. So I'll give a little bit of an update about what's been going on with me. I'll start just like Julie did with the personal, and then I'll jump into what I've been doing business-wise too. So as Julie mentioned, it's May when we're recording this podcast episode. And not only am I in, like many people who are probably listening, in the crazy end of the year hustle and bustle, but I have a 5th grader and an 8th grader. So I have My younger one, my daughter is ending elementary school, and then I have my older daughter ending middle school. So I am getting ready to just have middle school and high school kids, and my
Amazing.
brain can't handle it. They're
I know,
gonna
because 'cause you're only 25.
Yeah, I'm not getting older at all, and they continue to get older. I don't understand what's happening, but yeah,
Right.
so we have a couple extra end of the year little the 5th graders do a clap off and some extra end of the year things that 8th grade dance and 8th grade
Well,
promotion they do at Peyton's school. So, yeah, gearing up for the end of the school year, and then, of course, they both luckily, gymnastics season is over, but my children like to, on top of it, have spring heavy sports. So, we're doing swim, started softball season, so let the fun begin. Yeah, we're on modified year-round school. My girls are in public school, and we're in California, so we only have summer for, like, 6.5 weeks, so May, June, July is our chaos, and we kinda put our head down and have some fun and get after it, and then they start back to school end of July, so it's super quick and short, but yes, that is where I am currently in motherhood, and then
and you're
yeah.
just an Uber in the summer, you
Oh,
know?
hardcore, yeah, and everyone's like, "Oh, more time in summer." Oh, no, we their activities move, like swim and gymnastics is in the morning, so we
Mhm.
are up and at 'em at 7:30 to go to the pool, and then yeah,
So I'm
gymnastics is
just gonna call you Ruber, Renee the Uber.
Yes, I am Mama Ruber. Yeah, so I'm gearing up for my Ruber busy stage, so
Yes.
that is what I mostly do when I am not working the little bit I am working currently. And then this will be nothing compared to your big house reno, but we currently are a one-bathroom family because we decided to do jump into DIY a little bit, my husband and I, and we are
Oh,
redoing our
dear.
bathroom. So that's been fun. We have,
So how's that going?
it's going. As you know, but other people don't. Have been sharing one bathroom for a while, but just haven't pulled the trigger on doing anything. But because it's May and we're like, hey, let's add something else.
Hey.
The last week, we decided to tear everything up. So we currently have a clean slate in our primary bathroom. So it's uh our toilet we haven't completely got rid of, but everything else is ready for tile. So it's been fun. My
And
husband works in the elevator industry, elevator construction. So he is such a handyman, but doesn't give himself enough credit. So he's been a little apprehensive to start with tile and all other things he's
Mhm.
not used to, but he's gonna be so good. So and he's got his dad, my father-in-law helping him and one of our best friends. So they're getting after it. It's
Okay.
starting to take shape. It's looking they haven't laid tile yet, but they've prepped everything and it's looking good. So and
Nice.
we live in a 90s house, so everything was 30 plus years old anyway. So I'm like, can't knock on wood, can't get much worse. We'll see. But it's been fun, the design part. I love that you got to do a whole house because just the bathroom alone, now I'm like, "What can we do next?" It's been fun picking out tiles and a new vanity and mirrors. I'm having fun designing it.
Okay, I have one bit of advice. When we
Okay.
renovated our house, our primary house, we put in the vanities that have, like, a square sink instead of the rounded bowl. Do not ever do that if you
No,
have
not a
kids,
fan? Okay. Oh.
because after they brush their teeth, they're gonna spit in there, and if it's not rounded, the spit does not go down, it just stays there.
Oh.
So
Okay.
it's funny because even McKenna at 12, almost 13, she's like, "When I have a house, I am not getting these types of sinks. I want the round ones." And I was
Oh,
like,
that's
"Girl,
hilarious. Oh, good. So ours I haven't bought it yet, but it looks like an oval. It has a slope, so we should be
good.
good.
That's all you need."
That is good to know. It's funny, and I've never like, I wouldn't think that purchasing myself, but when I go to hotels, we spend a lot of time in hotels. I know I'm always looking at the sink, and we're always like, "Why would they do that?" And the last one we were in, it was like a rectangular shaped, and the water flow too was, like, splashing everywhere. I'm like, "Why would they do that?" So,
Well, it just looked nice and it was a good deal, and then now here we are regretting it, but
yeah.
it is what it is.
Now you can help not only me, but all our listeners.
Exactly. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so we've got a little DIY going on, already itching once this is done, what we'll do next. But yeah, it's been fun because we've lived in our house now for 7 years, almost 7 years. And I am the type of person who is hesitant to like even hang something on the walls because I don't want to commit to it. So this is my first big commitment. I'm like, let's tear it up and put it. It doesn't have to live forever. That's my new route. That's my new motto. Like, if we don't like it, it's okay. So
Mhm.
yeah, we're having fun with it. So that's what's going on with me on the personal side. And then business, I've been loving everything we've been doing, but I wasn't sure if I was going to stay in subscriptions. I wasn't sure what's next. And now I'm diving in because I had a couple opportunities to be on launch teams, one with you, Julie, and one with Jessica of A Year of Boxes. And I've helped launch a couple boxes, worked with them the first few months into their launch. And as you know, and some of our listeners might know, I love a good launch.
Oh
So
my gosh, yes.
it filled me up. It's been so fun. I think my favorite part is one of my favorite parts of subscriptions is the launch and just building the hype behind the scenes. So it's been really fun to be able to do that. And then that kind of spiraled into working with a couple different subscription boxes. So now I have clients that I'm working for and I'm on their team for doing both customer service stuff and social media. So shout out to Good Guy Gene and We Craft a Box because I get to be part of their team now and I'm helping them with their social and customer service.
I love that. And if you guys haven't figured this out about us now, that we love the excitement of something new, and you guys are probably like that too. I mean, if you're starting a new business, there's just something very, very fun and exciting about that. And what we do here at Subscription Box Basics, I mean, it doesn't take that much time. You know what I mean? Like we're podcasting, we're posting and sending some emails here and there. But over these past 6+ months, and I have both been, thinking about what's next for us. So it's really exciting to share these updates about what's next. And I love, Renae, that you're doing some of the same stuff that you did with me at Sparkle Hustle Grow, and you were so, so good at. I mean, we won a Cube Award that was chosen by the people, but it was a Community Choice
Mhm.
Award. And that just goes to show your work really was recognized. I think we got nominated too for Best Customer Service or something
We
like
did.
that.
Customer experience. We sure
Yes,
did.
customer
Yes.
experience. And so I know you're really good at that. It's been recognized publicly that you're really good at that type of stuff. And so I'm really excited that you get to use your skills in other boxes that needed your help.
And I love what we do here, and I love the consulting part of it. I love dreaming up ideas with box owners, but I feel like for me, I was really missing the content creation,
Mhm.
and that has been really, really fun to be able to do for both when I was helping a couple boxes launch and now being on social media teams for
Mhm.
these boxes. And I feel like I love running with ideas and just being able to put things out there. So it's been fun. And then We Craft Box is children's craft box and before my subscription journey, I owned a children's boutique, so that hosted crafting things, and I've worked for a preschool for a decade, so
That's a good
it's been
fit.
really fun to, like, dip into to
Totally.
go back to my roots and really dip into that sort of thing.
And she's well established. So Betsy Wild runs We Craft Box, and we've been friends and colleagues with her for years. We've
Mhm.
spent time with her at Sub Summit before. I've spent a lot of time in a peer group with her, just like a peer led mastermind. And so, really good people over there, great
Absolutely.
product. So, I'm
Yes.
so excited for you with that.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm so happy. Both Good Hygiene and We Craft Box, but happy to be on some teams with some amazing people. So yeah, excited for my next venture into subscription box businesses wherever it continues to take me. But I'm not going
Right?
anywhere for the time being. Yeah.
Yeah, and so as we've talked about my updates and your updates, you guys listening are probably like, "What does this mean for subscription box basics? What does this mean for everything?" Really, if there's not a lot of changes over here, we'll give you some updates together here next. But, one, we're going to Sub Summit next month. We're super excited to meet some of you, hug and fist bump and high five all whoever's going to be there. We love meeting people in person. We're going to be doing a live podcast while we're there. So we're super excited about that. what else are we doing? We've got some really cool collaborations up our sleeves that are coming out later this year. I can't give you any details, but I'll drop some hints. We are in conversations with Liam over at Subscription Box Experts. We are in some conversations with Stefan at Subly, which is our favorite software to run your subscription box business on. In fact, when we're at Sub Summit next month, we are going to be participating at their booth at the expo hall, and you're going to be getting some information. We'll be sure to share that via email. But they are essentially having like this Genius Bar, kind of like the Apple Genius Bar. They're going to have a Subly Genius Bar. So Renae and I will be spending some time there. You'll be able to book some time with us if you want some one-on-one or two-on-one time with us to talk shop about any challenges that you're going through, or, you know, ask some advice for, if you need referrals to certain softwares or whatever. We're super excited to be a part of that. So shout out to Subly for having us there. And then we're also in conversations with Jess at A Year of Boxes. I'm going to be interviewing her at the end of May. And so we'll be able to share all of that information. But I think you guys know Jess Principe. She's my box bestie. We met in 2016 when we were both first launching. She has been running All Girl Shave Club, but also does some mentorship and some coaching programs, and now is the owner of A Year of Boxes, which is a review site. So we're super excited to unveil all of that information as it comes out over the next, say, month or so. Oh, I love doing collabs and strategic partnerships. It is just so much fun, and it's always such a win-win.
And it's funny that we keep going back to we'll talk about doing one thing or we'll be go one direction with SBB, and then it always comes back to collabing with
Yep.
people and working with this amazing subscription box community.
Agreed. Agreed. Okay, so there is one small change with Subscription Box Bootcamp that we need to share with everyone. So, as Renae and I are kind of dabbling in some other areas of the subscription box industry, we had to figure out a way to manage our time well. And so, what we decided to do is we are here on moving forward, have switched Subscription Box Bootcamp to a self study program. And so, the framework is all the same. All that experience, the templates and the swipe files, the video training, all of that information is all the same. The only difference really is that we will no longer be adding to the Subscription Box Bootcamp group. There's a Facebook group just for students that in the past has been really active, and that's been a way for us to share resources, to connect with each other. But in order for us to be able to manage our time with all the personal and business things that we have our hands in, we're just going to be shutting the doors to that. Now, if you're already in it, we're going to keep it open. You can continue to interact in there, but we don't go in there as often. And so, as a result of shifting Subscription Box Bootcamp to a self study, the great news is that we've also lowered the price. So, this was not only because it no longer includes the community side of it, but also as a response to the current economic environment. We have talked to so many people that want to launch a subscription box business, and they need the resources. And so we have lowered the price of Subscription Box Bootcamp. You can get all the details right on the website. And we've also created, and you may have heard this from months past, we also created the framework into a printed workbook. And that workbook is available on Amazon. It's on print on demand. So if you order it, I think it's Prime delivery. I think it's going to come to your house in like 2 to 3 days. So we will put all the links to that in the show notes. But what you need to know is the good news is that we are making it more affordable, and we're making it self-study. You'll still get lifetime access and access to all of the resources, the swipe files, templates, and all the good stuff.
It's really it's a win-win for everyone.
It is. I'm really excited about it. The framework is one of those frameworks too that it will last a long, long time. It's not going to get outdated because the basics of carving out your concept, researching the competition and getting your box launched, like that kind of stuff doesn't change much. Marketing changes. And so that's one thing you have to stay on top of. And we do cover a lot of marketing in there. But I feel super confident that the people who enroll in the self-study are absolutely gonna get what they need to get their box idea off the ground.
And we have the self-study, but you can also get the book on its own, but also get it as an add-on too, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So whether you're a digital, an audio learner, or maybe you are a pen and paper kind of learner where you need to have the worksheets and stuff, we've got you covered either way. And we want to make sure that you get the resources. We're still going to check in with you with accountability emails. We're still going to be available via email if you have a question that is really holding you up. So I hope that if you've been on the fence about subscription box bootcamp, then this might be just what you need to actually take action. And so if you have any questions about that, or if you want to learn more, you can email us. You can reach us in Instagram DMs. Would love to share more information or help you figure out if it's the right fit. But I'm really excited about that direction so that we can not only fill our buckets, Renee, you and I working with other people doing collabs, but also still having this amazing framework, the subscription box bootcamp that we know is tried and true. It's helped over 550 boxes launch, and you might be next.
Yeah, so, definitely DM us too at our Instagram page at Subscription Box Basics because we wanna know what you've been up to, if this episode was helpful at all, if you need any of those resources that Julie mentioned, like if you're looking for a new box, we can send you box setup. If you have questions about some of the things we said, definitely reach out to us because we're both in there still all the time, and we would love to chat with you and help you further if needed.
Yeah, except if you're at swim practice or gymnastics practice
Yeah,
or
yeah.
or
If it's
maneuvering.
if it's me, it might take a little longer to get back to you.
I'm just
But
joking,
Julie's
I'm just
really
joking.
good.
Well, this has been really fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed hearing what we've been up to, both personally and professionally. I think it's important to really get to know your coaches to make sure that they're aligned with you. And honestly, I just don't show up as on social media as much anymore. That's where I used to do my updates. So I felt like this was a long overdue update.
And thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you on the next episode. Bye.
Bye.